Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's video, I'll be taking you through my Ordinary skincare product. I'll be talking to you about my routine and what products I use and how effective they are. Basically, since April this year, when I first blogged about the Ordinary serums, this has become my most read post on my blog, up to date. And every month I get questions from my readers and even questions from my friends who are looking to try some of their products, but they don't know where to start from, or they don't know what to start with. So I thought I'll put this video together just for reference for anybody out there looking for, if you feel a little bit stuck, because they have quite a lot of products. So I can understand it can be a bit overwhelming as to what products you need. I apologize in advance because I have no idea how long this video is going to be. I've got about 8 products to cover, and I know there's a lot to discuss and there's a lot to talk about. So I do apologize if this video is going to be long, but I will try and be precise and be as detailed as I can be. So I've got my notebook ready. They're 3 pages long. I've got myself a cup of tea, so make sure you've got something, we might be here for a while. So yeah, get yourself ready and let the class begin. Okay, before I go into the products, I also want to put out a disclaimer that I am in no way a skincare expert or a professional. I'm just here to just give you some advice and also share my experience and how these products have helped me since I started incorporating them into my skincare routine. I will highly suggest that you take your own time and do your own research and even visit some other blogs. I'll put some links down below of some of the YouTube videos that I watch that helped me make my decision in terms of what products I needed to get. Basically, DECIEM, which is the parent company of the Ordinary, so they have other brands under the same umbrella. So DECIEM is the parent company. They are a Canadian skincare brand, and Ordinary is their affordable skincare line. So in this range, they sell effective skincare, or let's just say active skincare ingredients, for an affordable price. So for example, you might find a moisturizer on the market selling for £30, but the active ingredient in that moisturizer, it might be hyaluronic acid. You'll probably be paying for the other ingredients, the marketing, and even the packaging. Whereas DECIEM, they just sell you the active ingredient. Some of the names, I'll probably say the chemical name of the ingredient. So when I first went on their website, I had no idea what they meant. So for example, niacinamide is basically vitamin B3. You might have to do a bit of a background research and a bit of homework so you know what each of these products mean and what they do. But other than that, they're not selling you any fancy products, they're not selling you any fancy ingredients, just selling you that one active ingredient, and you have to then figure out what you need for your skincare or what you need to treat your skincare concerns. The prices range from about £3.90 till I think the most expensive is about £13 or £14. And as I mentioned before, the last time I checked, I think they had 26 products in the serums, I think. Yeah, but now they have expanded onto even foundations, which I have reviewed. So I'll put a link up to the video if you want to check that out. That's pretty much the basics of DECIEM, the Ordinary. So I have 8 products, and so I've got the Glycolic Acid 7%, which is the toner here. The Niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. Face serum, Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus vitamin B5. The Lactic Acid 5% plus Hyaluronic Acid 2%. 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. The Advanced Retinoid 2%. And last but not the least, alpha Arbutin 2% plus hyaluronic acid. So before I talk about these products and what they do, this is a bit of advice that I would give before you go shopping on their website. I would say, first of all, number one, you need to know your skin type. I know and I'm aware that these products are not specifically catered to any particular skin type. But I think it helps if you know what skin type you are, so you can, again, that will help you in terms of determine which products to buy. So I have oily skin, and when my skin gets oilier, I know my skin is oily is because of dehydration, so I just need to step up my hydration routine or drink more water. And usually after a couple of days I can notice my skin, you know, returning back to its normal its natural state. So it's still oily, but my makeup lasts about between 5 to 6 hours before I need to blot. Anything less than that, especially around the two hour mark, then I know my skin is dehydrated. Sometimes my fine lines become very prominent, especially my laugh lines here. I have a line here that you can't see on a good skin day, but once my skin is dehydrated, you can see it here. And also sometimes I get dry patches around my mouth and on my forehead. So when these signs show on my skin, then I know my skin is dry, or there's something in my skincare routine or a product that I'm using that is causing the dryness. So these are some of the things that you know, if you're aware of them, that will help you in terms of picking up the products that you need. I have 3 skin concerns that I treat. So I use these serums as a treatment. So I don't use these products every day, it's too much. So I've split them into three categories, which are hydration, hyperpigmentation, and anti-aging. So I have, say for example, these 2 products could be the ones I use in the morning for hydration, and then maybe another 2 that I use for anti-aging in the evening. So this helps me know which products to use and when to use them. Also, when you go on their website, because of the prices, you are going to be tempted to buy everything. Try not to buy everything. I would suggest don't do that. Maybe start off with 2 products, 2 items, and then maybe build it up as you go along. It's quite overwhelming when you have everything, because you're trying to find ways to incorporate them. You want to use some of these products every day, some you can't use every day. And also when you have, I think, when you have less products, you are able to sort of measure and determine which products are effective and which ones are not working. Whereas if you're using them all at once or over a period, it's very hard to tell which one's working and which one's not. So especially, I will always advise, if you are introducing a new skincare item into your routine, always start small, so that you know as soon as that product, if you get breakouts or any irritation or any reaction, you will know that is that specific product that you've just introduced. So these are some of the tips that I will suggest to you. So just to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to which products to buy. Okay, so we're now going to take a look at the products individually and what they do and the cost and all that stuff. So starting with the hyaluronic acid 2% and vitamin B5. So hyaluronic acid is a humectant formulated to improve the skin's hydration and stimulate collagen production. So the science behind this is that it acts like a sponge and helps retain moisture in the skin, and is also known to hold its own weight 1,000 times its own weight in water. When there's no moisture in the air, it draws wherever it can draw its moisture from. So this product used to be, I think, my favorite product, and the reason why, and this is my 2nd bottle, and I'm halfway, just the top here. The reason why I'm saying this used to be my favorite is because in the summer months when it was warm, you know, I had no issues with this. My skin was always felt plump. It felt soft. It was just a delight to use this. But now that it's cold, every time I use this leaves this sticky residue on my face. It becomes really tacky. That anything else that I apply on top of this, it just doesn't work. It just becomes, as I rub the product into my skin, it just comes off in little, you know, clumps. And because there's not much moisture in my skin, it's probably not getting enough of it in order to be that effective. I haven't been using this as regularly as I used to. Sometimes I use this with a spritz, so a facial spritz, and I use the Glossier one. So I will spritz the Glossier on my face. Just before it starts to dry, I go in with the hyaluronic acid and then just massage that onto my face. That helps with the tackiness. It just it just helps absorbs the product quickly, and then I just apply my moisturizer on top. So that's one way I've been trying to make this work for me. For a great, something that's going to hydrate your skin, you can give this a go, but be aware you might not like the results, especially now that it's cold. But in the summer, I can't wait for it to get warm again so I can start using this, or maybe I should just drink more water. Next up we have the buffet serum, and this is a highly concentrated peptide formula, and it has 11 friendly amino acids, probiotics and hyaluronic acid. So this is formulated to combat and target signs of aging. This will plump and smooth fine lines and wrinkles and firms your skin. Using this instead of the hyaluronic acid in my morning routine. Most of the time I reserve this for the evening because the CM recommends you use 2 serums at a time. I love this. I don't know whether it's working in terms of anti-aging. I don't have any wrinkles to really show to see whether this is working, but I love how this makes my skin feels. It really does hydrate my skin, especially after I have exfoliated or been wearing a mask. This really does quench my skin and leaves it plump and soft. And this is my second bottle. In terms of the texture, it's not sticky. This absorbs really quickly. When I'm in a rush, because layering on these products, you have to give it time. So when I'm in a rush and I don't have time, I just use this on its own, because I know this, I don't have to wait. I don't have to give it time to settle in before I apply moisturizer or another product. I recommend this if you want to try something from The Ordinary but you don't know exactly what to get. Since this is supposed to be like a one-in-all serum, I will start with this and maybe use this alone for maybe a couple of months and see how how you get on with it, because this is supposed to hydrate, and then also it has some anti-aging properties. So the niacinamide 10% and zinc 1% is a high-strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. Niacinamide is also known as vitamin B3 and is formulated to reduce the appearance of blemishes and congestion in the pores. The zinc helps control and regulate any oil production. Using vitamin B3 or niacinamide as part of your everyday skincare routine can actually improve and give you great results, especially if you suffer from rosacea and acne. And this is a high strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula, so this is great for anybody who's got textured skin. You want to sort of smooth your skin, refine your pores. This will help with minimizing pores. But for the odd spot here and there, is great. I love this. This is my favorite product. This is my second bottle. I'm already halfway down here. This is the one that has made a massive difference to my skin. It has really I have large pores around my cheeks, which is where I get oilier and I get more spots, because it's just oil and obviously dirt. It's just not a good mixture. So with this, the spots has minimized. I get the odd one here and there. I'm not sure if you can see, but I do have one somewhere around here. But this helps every time I get a spot. 2 days and it's all cleared. It doesn't leave, I don't get scars or anything like that. And this also helps with dark marks and any acne scars and all that stuff. So this is really good and effective. For £6, I would say you cannot go wrong with this product. Also my pores are really minimized with constant use of this as well. And just the overall health and the overall look of my skin. Zinc is supposed to help with sebum production. I haven't noticed that much. I wouldn't say this alone helps with oil production. So retinoid is known for anti-aging, basically, in a nutshell. Let's talk about the advanced retinoid 2%. So this is a stable emulsion of next generation forms of retinoid. These are highly known for treating anti-aging and boosting the production of collagen, which then keeps the skin firm. It also helps fight the free radicals that causes wrinkles. Retinoids can be used to increase cell turnover, combating wrinkles and treating dark spots, in some cases fighting acne. When I started using this, I think I was using too much of this. I was using this like every day, every night. And it started giving me a headache. So like, especially around my eye area, it was just sting after a while. I don't know, maybe because I was using it with other products that I wasn't supposed to. So I toned this down and I now use this like twice a week. So 2 days in a row, and then I switch to something else. I've read on some posts, some reviews, that some people's skin were peeling and all that. So I will advise you to approach this carefully. If you're going to use this, maybe do a patch test and then see how your skin, or start in small dosage. So maybe once a week and then increase it from then on. This is one of the mildest on the market. I thought I'd give it a try. If you are going to be using this, you will have to wear SPF. This is non-negotiable. I wear SPF every day, so I don't have to remember to wear it. But if you don't, if you're going to buy this, make sure you buy an SPF as well, so you don't forget, because this is going to make your skin more sensitive, and you don't want anything else, you know, to damage your skin by not wearing SPF, by not protecting your skin. The texture of this is yellow in color, and it has got a funky smell to it. But once you apply it onto your skin and it's fully absorbed, I've noticed that when I use this, I think now that I've sort of toned it down, I do notice in the morning that my skin tends to look a bit more on the glowy and radiant side, and also it just looks more healthier, I guess. So I like that I have a serum that I can use to sort of fight or prevent wrinkles. Okay, so now let's look at the lactic acid 5% plus hyaluronic acid 2%. So this is a mild lactic acid superficial peeling formulation, and this is for exfoliating. It's purified with Tasmanian pepperberry, hence the slight pink texture, slight pink tone, which is known to reduce the signs of inflammation and sensitivity associated with exfoliating. So this will help remove the glue from the upper layer that holds onto dead skin cells. Once removed, the AHA serves to help renew the skin, which will result in reducing wrinkles, smoothing skin, and evens out skin tones and hyperpigmentation to reveal smooth and clear skin. It is to be used once a day, ideally in the evening, and then where an SPF must be worn and sun exposure limited. Scent formula, there's two, so you can get the highest one is 10%. So this is like a chemical exfoliant basically in a nutshell, and I use this twice a week as well. And before, I will recommend that you do a patch test on this, because it can be irritation, it can sting your skin a little bit. I love this product as well. This is my second favorite item, and this is this has proven quite I've seen, every time I use this I see results. My skin appears and look much brighter and radiant, and this has really helped with hyperpigmentation and in terms of fading dark marks as well. The color is slightly, it's got like a pink texture to it, and it's really runny. It's very runny in consistency, and it has this plasticky scent to it. So this, when I first heard of this, I was a little bit skeptical, because some people said they experienced peeling, and this I didn't get any irritation, maybe because I got the milder dosage. So maybe start off with the 5%, and then once your skin becomes used to it, then you can follow up with the 10%. But this can be quite, what do you say, addictive, because you see instant results, you will be tempted to use this every day. I will not recommend this to be used every day, especially if you have oily skin. The more you use this, believe me, I tried it, the more you use this, the drier your skin becomes, which in return you produce more oil. So I have limited this to twice a week, and then for daily, if I want something a little bit more, then I go in with the glycolic acid. So I will speak about this when we get to that. This really does help with, if you want quick exfoliation. It's like, I'll probably say this is the laziest way of exfoliating your skin without the physical scrubbing. So I just pop this on in the evening. Sometimes I don't even wear moisturizer or anything. I just put this on, and then I just go to bed. And then in the morning, my skin looks really bright, it looks radiant, it feels soft. Like you can tell there's a change, you know, my skin looks different. And again, I've seen, in terms of fading dark spots, this is the one that has proved results. And I think this is only, what, £6? Again, like I said, I will recommend that you start off with a patch test and then see how your skin feels. You might get a tingling sensation, just a slight one. Obviously, if it's intense, then you know this is not good for you. But you will feel that slight tingle. And then, so if you're going to be using this, again, SPF is non-negotiable. You will have to sort of implement this. So I think it would be easier if you just stick to wearing SPF every day, so you don't forget to wear one. Let's now look at the Arbutin 2% plus hyaluronic acid. So this is supposed to help with hyperpigmentation, and it's a concentrated serum with 2% purified alpha-arbutin and hyaluronic acid. And I've only been using this for about 5 months compared to the rest. This, again, because of the hyaluronic acid in there, it just leaves this tackiness on my skin, so I haven't been using this as much. I've been using this as a spot treatment, so I just apply a few dots on the areas that I want to brighten. So if I have any dark marks from any acne scars or spots like that, that's what I've been treating with this with. I don't think it's that effective. Maybe I need to use it with something else. I was using this together with the niacinamide, but I didn't see any results, so I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't been using this as much, so I cannot really tell you whether it's effective or I recommend it. I try to make, it's one of those things like I give it a chance. I've given it too many chances and I'm not seeing any results, so I don't know whether it's me, it's the way I'm using it. I'm supposed to use it on its own, or I'm supposed to use it with something else that will help with hyperpigmentation. Pretty much that's all I can say. I haven't been to be honest, I haven't enjoyed using this as much, and it was one of the products that it was sold out for ages, and I thought it must be really, really good. Maybe it is, maybe it's just not working for me. So right, moving on. So the rosehip, let's talk about the 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. This is a deeply nourishing face oil for all skin types, rich in antioxidants, essential fatty acid, and pro-vitamin A, which will help hydrate and reduce the sign of sun damage, age spots, and fine lines. It's also good for acne, dermatitis, and other dry skin conditions. So I got this as my nighttime oil serum. I was using the one from the Body Shop, and I just picked this up because, again, it was one of the most recommended products to try from this year when they first introduced the Ordinary Serums. So I picked this one up, and this is quite thick. I'm just not a fan of it. I have been using it just because I have it, and I'm literally not even halfway through the bottle. For me, I find this very, very heavy as a nighttime oil. I think you can use this in the mornings, but for me with oily skin, I don't think I want my skin to get any more oilier during the day. So I've just reserved this to use solely in the evenings, and it has this smell. It reminds me of olive oil. It's slightly heavier than the oil that I was using before, which is the Body Shop Vitamin E Serum in Oil. Maybe if I hadn't used that one before, maybe I would have loved this. But I picked this up because everybody was talking about it. Everybody was recommending it as one of the best facial oils and one of the most affordable on the market. I think it retails for £9. So I picked it up, but I'm not a fan of it. It's quite heavy for me sometimes. So I use about 1 to 2 drops, which is probably not enough to, for me to see the results that I want. But as far as facial oils goes, yes, it does hydrate the skin because it's almost like you're using it to seal in all the moisture, so it will help in that sense. If you're not using any oils in your skincare routine, then maybe yes, you can give this a go, since it's only £9, because I think usually facial oils are quite pricey. So maybe give this a go. You might see results, you might like it. Maybe those with dry skin may appreciate it more. But last product I have is the Glycolic Acid solution, 7% toning solution. When you buy this, you get a nozzle as well, so like a pointed nozzle, so you can apply this directly onto your cotton pad, but I don't mind it using it. So this was said to be the dupe for the Pixie Glow Tonic, which I loved, and I think I used too much of it that it actually dried out my skin, so I had to stop using it. This came out, I thought I'd give it a try, and I don't use it as much. I think I've had this for about 3-4 months as well, and this does sting my skin a little bit, but I found out that happens because it's renewing your skin cells, pretty much. So in a way, it's good. So if it's tingling, it's good, but I guess you need to know your comfort zone. If your skin becomes itchy or irritated after, you might have to give this a miss. Again, I've started to use this frequently now. When I first purchased this, I found it too strong for me, so I was using this once a week, and that is not enough to see results. Whereas now, I think I use about 3 times a week, and I use this in the evening. So sometimes I'll use this, wait 20 minutes, and then I'll go in with my retinoid, and then I put on and I'll finish off my skincare routine in place of my regular toner after I've cleansed my skin. Again, I reserve this for nighttime use only, and I wear SPF in the morning. So that's okay. So now we're going to go to the complicated part where I explain to you my timetable. And I say timetable, I have a timetable so I know what product to use on what day. This is just to help me so I can keep an eye and I can give each product a chance to work effectively. Right, so for hydration, the products that I use for hydration, so I use hyaluronic acid and the buffet for hydration. So those two I've reserved for that purpose. And then for anti-aging, again, I've got the buffet and retinoid. Okay, and then for hyperpigmentation, I've got niacinamide and alpha arbutin, and then for exfoliating, I've got these two. Okay, and so that's the lactic acid and the glycolic acid. And then for hydration in the evening, sometimes just the oil on its own. So at the moment, my timetable runs something like this. So in the mornings, majority of the time, I stick with hydration. So I know that in the morning, I need to hydrate my skin for the rest of the day so I don't get oilier. So in the morning, I usually use my niacinamide, and either that with the buffet, or previously I used to use it with the alpha arbutin or the hyaluronic acid. But as of late, I've been using the niacinamide with the buffet for hydration only. And then in the evening, so in the evenings, that's when things change. This is where things get a bit more complicated and confusing. So in the evenings, the first 2 days, I use the retinoid. So after cleansing and toning, I'll use the retinoid and then the rosehip seed oil. And then the next day, which is the third day, I'll switch it up and I'll use hydrating serums. And then the next 2 days after that, I'll use acids. So either I use this one here, or I'll use my lactic acid after I've toned and cleansed my skin, after I've cleansed and toned my skin. So then I switch it up again. So then the 7th, I'm confusing myself now. So 2 days retinoid, 1 day hydration, and then the next 2 days is back to acids, and then I repeat the process again. So then the following 2 days is retinoid. So that's 7 days in total. This is the routine. Of course, I skip some of it. I'm lazy. I get lazy sometimes. I can't be bothered sometimes. Or sometimes I just feel like my skin, I just listen to what my skin needs. So if I feel my skin is a bit tight and dry, then by all means, I just use hydrating products just so, you know, it can clear. Or if I break out, then I just focus on trying to clear those things. So this is just in place to give me an idea of what I need to use, when to use it, and how to use it, and also which products or which serums to combine. There's certain products that you do not mix together, and that is niacinamide and vitamin C. I don't have any vitamin C in my product, so I don't have to worry about that. If you're confused in terms of what products to use and what not to use, the Ordinary, they have a website. On their website, they have like a regime, so you can have a look, and then maybe you can then pick and choose which products to use. That's how I managed to select these products. But like I said, looking back now, I don't need all of these products. My top 3, as I showed you earlier on, is the buffet, the niacinamide, and the lactic acid. Those 3 are what I've come to know work effectively for my skin. Everything else is just like it's just a bonus. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe. Visit my blog. I'll put a link up here somewhere if you want to have a thorough read, or you need more information about each product in case I missed out any details. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.